Is one parent enough? In the previous video, I provided statistics and gave reasons why the role of a father is important within a family. In this video, I explain why being a single parent can be very hard for both a parent and a child. I am Deidré Wallace, a relationship and corporate therapist. The clue is always in the gaze. Point 29. Firstly, having studied child psychology and having worked in a children's home, some of the expressions witnessed on the children's faces of single parents is very similar to what I saw and observed on the faces of abandoned children. Watching children stare at their friends' daddies, confused and often trying to work out what they did wrong so as not to deserve a permanent daddy of their own, is very sad. And even if a parent tries to answer their children's questions, adults often forget that a child hasn't fully developed sufficient language to express their emotions or pain, and often feelings can run very deep. These feelings can involve grief, loss, anger, sadness, especially if they have lost a parent through death or divorce, or they may have been obtained via a sperm donor. This would be a child that is a donor-conceived person who shares genetic material with the donor but is raised by the legal parent or parents. And the sperm donor has no financial duties and does not appear on the child's birth certificate. These children find it hard when they have to read about other mummies and daddies in books, or when they watch movies involving families with mummies or daddies. And watching them stare at other fathers, couples or families, confused and trying to work out who plays what role, can be just as sad. And if these feelings remain unaddressed, it could result in a child's insecurity, low self-esteem and confidence issues, and even depression, especially later on in life. And as already explained in previous videos, these issues can also affect a child's relationships later on in life, especially if they have not witnessed how relationships work, how various issues are resolved, and so on. Then you may want to ask the question, do some women choose to become a single parent? Not every parent chooses to become a single parent, because it can happen as a result of a spouse dying, or via separation or divorce, due to domestic violence, alcoholism, drug addictions, gambling or affairs, and so on. However, there are also parents who are now choosing to become single parents. There are, of course, many reasons. Mostly it is because a woman's body clock is ticking and they want children and cannot find the right person in time. However, few realize exactly what a single parent really involves and how hard it is. For many, it puts an extra responsibility on their shoulders. It usually means that they are and become the only breadwinner. And if they get ill, they would not have a partner to just step in and help. Childcare can become a permanent issue if there is no close family to take up the slack. And other couples may not quite be as accepting if asked to have a single woman hanging about either on holidays or at dinner parties. In other words, it can turn into quite a lonely life. And when a child finally leaves home, there is no partner to share the parental memories with, or indeed to share an older life with, and so on. I point this out because choosing to become a single parent is not as easy as most people may think it can be. And I worry for the children as I would any child who has lost a parent. Also, choosing to become a single parent can be seen as an attack on men, or indeed on boys too. I have observed that when men hear that a woman has chosen to become a single parent, they immediately shake their heads, worrying about the children, the child, and the consequences and lack of a father figure, as well as the support that a father brings. They somehow understand this value, it seems. Paying a donor for their sperm can send a signal to men that accept their sperm, they are no longer needed and have become surplus to requirements. I wonder how women would react if this was done to them. Either way, It's not a good message, especially as most men actually contribute a massive amount to our daily lives, from the various jobs they do to the financial support and the care that they do offer. Sure, men may also get things wrong and due possibly to their own mothering or parenting. However, I do worry about the messages we are sending out when we don't value our menfolk, especially to the sons we may be bringing up to, and indeed to our daughters too. Back to you now. Can you relate to any of this? Are you a single parent? Why? Did you choose this route? Why? If you are a child of a single parent, how has it affected you or not? Some say watching their mother work hard gave them a good work ethic, so it's not all bad. Once again, I would also encourage you to start a journal if you haven't already, so as I go through the various points, you can jot down how you think or feel my knowledge is helping you understand yourself better. And do comment or subscribe if you wish to learn more. Thank you.